This is a quick explanation of how to 3D print at school from MakerBot desktop. So once you have MakerBot desktop launched, you'll need to go to Prepare and add a file. You'll have to find the file that is your project. It's going to be in an STL format. There's a tutorial on how to draw appropriate for 3D printing and also one on how to export the STL file. Once it's on there, you'll have to highlight the object to manipulate it. I suggest you explore all the menu options up top. You can switch printers under Devices. I'm on a computer that has no printers, so you can see there's no options. But if the printer is on and connected, it will show up under there. And multiple printers connected to one computer can be selected through that menu option. Once your object is on the print bed, you can go through the different options over here, single clicking to manually adjust, clicking twice to more accurately adjust. You can do things like move it on the platform or center it. It needs to be on the platform to print correctly. I should warn you if it's not. Some objects may print better if they are rotated. This object will print the best if it's like so. If it gets really messed up, you can always start over, but usually just going through here you can also fix it. And I recommend you try to keep your print under a couple hours. That has a lot to do with size. And if you've imported yours and you drew it in inches, you can click the inches to millimeters and it will scale up by 25.4 automatically for you. You can see that was way too big for me, so I'm going to bring that back down and make it about 20% of what it is. I'm going to move it to an area that's off to the side. Sometimes the middle of the print platform gets kind of chewed up and there's a lot of good space left off to the side. And once you're ready to print, you can hit print there. There are some settings you may want to check out first. I recommend you keep it on the standard quality, especially if it's the first time you're doing a print. Raft will help it stick to the print bed. And supports are used if you have any overhanging objects, but they also don't go in the best, or clean up the best, I should say. Hard to break off. So once we're ready, if you are on a computer that does not have a printer, you can export it. And if you're at the computer with a printer, you can just print. I'm going to export it. It will slice it. It will take about 47 minutes to print this object. You can see how it's going to print. I found that this print preview is not always accurate, so if your part is not created correctly in SketchUp, you have bad geometry, it will not always show that. But it's also good to kind of check out the sample here. I'll tell you how much material you're using and how long it'll take. You can export it into a .MakerBot file, and if you're using one of the printers with a USB drive, it can even print straight from the USB drive at that point.